Okay, so I'm here with an evening nightcap. I love how everyone has morning messages, and what I would love to offer is an evening nightcap on a different perspective on self-care. So, half. What am I talking about? What this takes me back to, I was on the line with one of the ladies in my community, and she asked, I love this idea of self-care, etc., and I'm just going to take you back another moment. Have you ever noticed that when you start talking to a group of women about self-care, our eyes glaze over and we start to just fade out? And it's because you say self-care and we hear one more thing to add to our to-do list, which just overwhelms us even more, yes? So my answer to her when she said, well, exactly how much time should we spend self-care? And the answer that came resounding through my brain was half. And let me tell you the story of half. So as some of you may or may not know, I spent about 10 years as a professional belly dancer, and one of my teachers was Yasmina Ramzi, a beautiful dancer in Canada, and what she recommended to this classroom full of performers was half. That half of the time that you are on stage, you are still. And we just looked at her like she was crazy. Like, are you crazy? What, we're supposed to stop moving? We're here to entertain. We need to move. We need to keep entertaining, right? And actually, what she was talking about was so absolutely brilliant. To spend, and it didn't mean that half your time on stage you're still like a statue, and then the other half you're moving. It meant that in the movements there might be a pause, and then a release, and then into the next, and then a pause, and then into the next. So this concept I want you to bring into your self-care. Half, meaning, how do I interweave this so that it is literally half of my day? So I'm not like booking a spa day once a month or a 30-minute massage or this, that, and the other. For the modern day woman who is balancing so many things, the key to exquisite self-care is to make that practice of self-care completely intertwined with everything that she does. So this is the other perspective that I want you to have on self-care, which is, yes, stillness and rest, and I think that's really wonderful. So how the beautiful lady that I first gave this piece of advice to applied it was, she had a 2-hour conference call, so she preceded it by 2 hours of rest with her feet up and reading a book, right? And I loved that. It was such like an exact application of what I'm talking about. And then the other thing that I want you to put into practice is, what if self-care is about bathing ourselves in pleasure? So let's say that you have this conference call. How could you make it so much more fun? Could you, is it not a video conference call where you could perhaps be lounging in a silk robe while you're on your phone conference call where no one can see you? Or could you have a bouquet of fresh flowers that you're smelling while you're on that call? Could you wear your fuzzy bunny slippers? I've got my fuzzy socks on. Woo. So, how can you make that moment even more pleasurable and luscious? So, half, 2 things that I want you to carry with you. Half is exactly the minimum proportion of self-care that you should have in each and every day. And the realistic way of doing that is not for you to, heck, if you can do it, rock on. Spend, 2 hours on and 2 hours off and 4 hours on and 4 hours off. But if you are like that dancer performing and having to conserve her energy through a half hour, 45 minutes, hour-long set, what she's going to do is pause. Find a place to enjoy the pleasure, enjoy the moment, rest, and then continue. So I invite you to do the same, and I will keep showing up here at around 7 o'clock Central, Monday through Friday, and sometimes on weekends if I feel inspired, if it is my pleasure, I would like to offer you these evening nightcaps, tools for awakening your feminine energy, because that, my friends, that is what is going to give you the energy to do all that you want to do, to show up as all of who you are. And I'm so excited to support you. So Shri Sisu of Claim Your Feminine, it's been my pleasure to share this moment with you. And if you would like to learn more tools, I am offering a course starting this February 14th on those very things, tools and rituals for grounding in your feminine. And it's just like this, the most absolute pragmatic, practical tools, because for the modern woman, that is what, for the modern goddess, that is what we need. Okay, loves, I hope to see you on future evening nightcaps. Love you.